What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of On the Mic with Michael Flix. Very happy to be back. I got a very, very special guest in here. This guy's had a very, very big year, past couple years, actually. Got Jake Hall from Carlsbad High School. How you doing today, fam?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. You wanted to, like I was just saying, a pretty big year, man. I'm really excited to have you here, man. Talk about everything, your whole basketball journey, and especially the year you just had, for sure. How you doing today, though, man?
Doing great. Hit some traffic coming up here, but super excited to get to talk with you.
I know, man. Like I was just telling you, I know the feeling. I had to come down from Escondido, so
yeah.
I know the feeling, man. I hate, man. And then we doing it at 4 with the get out of school traffic and the go home traffic. You're from Carlsbad?
Yeah.
Born and raised?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I never really, I think mainly because I really only really focus on high school. I don't really pay attention too much to middle school and AAU, so I didn't really know who you were until you got to high school, but you definitely splashed on the scene, man. Were you coming into high school? Were you pretty sure that you were gonna like be the leading scorer and one of the better players on your team?
I mean, not for sure. Coming into Carlsbad, I didn't really know anyone. I barely talked to the coach. I was actually, not many people know this, but I was trying to go to La Jolla Country Day, but I didn't get accepted in there.
Really?
Yeah. So Carlsbad was like a second choice, but ended up super good. So I'm happy how.
What was the reason for wanting to go to La Jolla Country Day?
Coach DJ, Coach Mason. That was when Mason was over there.
That makes sense.
And then just all the players they had. So yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
You've been training with Coach Mason Biddle from multi-level.
Yeah.
Been training with him for a while?
Yeah, a while, since like 7th grade, I believe. Yeah.
Nice. Obviously, you like working with him. Been with him a couple of years.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah, for sure. He's over at Parker now, right?
Yes, sir.
Doing a good job over there at Parker. Shout out, Mason. I gotta have you on the show, Mason. Come chop it up with me, bro. But so wanted to go to La Jolla, ended up at Carlsbad. Was it like, I'm sure a little bit of disappointment you don't get to play for your coaches, but like walking in, trying out for that team, was it like, what was that? Was it disappointment when you saw the talent? Like, what was that like?
I mean, no, because I knew how good they were last year. They were in the open division. I think they lost to Torrey, but yeah, I mean, they had a lot of talent and great coaches, so I was definitely excited.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, then I don't know if you're gonna talk about it, but then Mason ends up coming and we have a great season. So I'm glad it worked out that way for sure.
Absolutely. You've been playing ball your whole life?
Yeah.
Yeah. What? How old were you when you got started?
I think like 4, and then I was kind of on and off with football, but then like 6th, 7th grade, I like fully committed to basketball.
Why is that? Were you better at basketball, or why did you commit to basketball?
I don't know. I just liked it more. I wouldn't say better at all. I think I was better. I was more ready to play football, but basketball was just what I loved to do. So.
What position did you play in football?
Quarterback.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But how old were you when you stopped playing football?
Like 6th grade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 7th to 8th grade. So it was never even a question if you were going to play football in high school?
Never. It's actually funny because the Carlsbad football head coach is my English teacher, so he's always trying to tell me to join. So yeah. That's
cool. I played in Pop Warner's, well, never in high school either, but I played 1 year at quarterback. It was a lot of fun. It's fun to play quarterback.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of I don't know. I was trying to think of a word, but you get all the glory, but you get all the all the criticism as well. It comes with the job.
Yeah.
But have you always been like a ball handler in basketball? Was it like, have you always been like one of the better players on your team? Is this like a new thing for you, like coming into being a scorer?
This is it's like a new thing in 8th grade actually. So I started out playing with Bearcats, and the first year I didn't even make the team. Like, they didn't put me on a team. They said,
and what grade was that?
That was like 6th grade.
Okay.
And then next year I come back, I make the B team. I fought my way for minutes, fought up to the A team, and here we are. That's how it started.
So it's just consistent work. There was no like.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. That's got to be a pretty gratifying feeling.
Yeah, for sure.
Have there been any other things or any other spaces in your life where you've had to, like, you started off and you weren't really where you wanted to be and you put the work in and you got to where you wanted to be?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say school. Like, obviously middle school you can get sidetracked because it doesn't really matter, but at the end of the day, school's super important. So I'm glad I figured it out.
Absolutely. What's your favorite subject in school?
Ooh, I like math.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really? I liked math up until they introduced letters and all the exponents and all of that. I was lost me on that.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like math, if you have a good teacher and like you know how to do it, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Like I said, and I was like, I don't know if, granted, like I'm 35, so I was in elementary and middle school a long time ago. But they used to do like the 1 minute thing where there's like so many problems you got to solve in a minute, and it's like the whole class is like racing through it every year, all the way up until like I want to say like 7th grade. I was always like one of the first couple people done.
Yeah.
It was always, I thought I just knew I was gonna be a math whiz or like some type of accountant or something like that. And then they introduced them letters and all of that, and I got lost in the sauce with all that. My favorite subject was always English. I've always been a really good writer, and I love to read, so I've always been really, really big into English.
Okay.
What drew you to math? Was it just something you were always good at? Is that why?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely my stronger subject. So
Okay.
it's just like do what you're good at.
Okay, then what's one of the subjects you struggle with then?
Oh, definitely English.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like to read at all.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know. So that's my hardest subject for sure.
Is it that, and see, I've had that struggle as well. I love to read, but there were times in school where I didn't care to read because I didn't like the material that the teacher was giving. So is it that you don't like what they give you, or you just don't like to read, period?
I think both.
Okay.
I need to learn to read, like to read those.
Yeah, it takes you places, man, for sure. There's never, like I liked the story of To Kill a Mockingbird. Like I really got like all into that story, you know what I mean? And there's a few different books that was like, I really, really like this one. But by and large, I would read those books, but I had books at home and like magazines at home that I would read on my own. I'm big into like, I like autobiographies. Like I read Phil Jackson's autobiography, Michael Jordan's, Michael Irvin, like a bunch of, Michael, of course. But no, I like a lot of the sports, like autobiographies for sure.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Was it only football growing up? You never played any other sports, just football and basketball?
Yeah, just football and basketball for me. My brothers played and tried every sport though.
Yeah?
Literally every sport. Soccer, lacrosse, baseball. I mean, he played it all. It was crazy.
That's good. That's good
Yeah.
though. That's good though. Shout out to Dax. Speaking of him,
Dax.
I had no idea you had a younger brother, bro, until I went out. And like I said, I filmed, and again, I'm not like full time. Like he knows, like I don't know how his brain does that. Like he knows like every player on every roster, what grade they're in. I don't know how he does that. And I'd seen the roster, but for whatever reason, I just didn't make the connection until your dad asked me to go out and cover your brother. I was like, I had no idea, and he could play too. He could really play. I'm a fan of his game for sure.
Yeah, he's all right.
He said, yeah, he's all right. You guys ever like any a lot of back and forth between like the teams or like how that's going?
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, at the end of the day, we beat him. we beat him like 3 times last year. And
Okay.
we didn't get to see him this year, but he's, yeah, always.
We gotta see if I can talk to you guys as coaches, make that happen for next year,
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
You gotta make that happen.
Yeah.
They'll be in the open division next year, right? Santa Fe? Yeah, they'll be in the open.
Be in open division next
Getting better
year.
every year, for sure. Sure, Dax will have an increased role. Shout out to Dax, man. Come holler at me on the show. You're more than welcome, bro.
Yeah.
More than welcome. What's did you set any goals before the season started? I know the team, I'm sure you guys had team goals, but like you
Yeah.
individually, what were some of your goals for this year?
Yeah, definitely League Player of the Year. Definitely San Diego Player of the Year, which I don't know, it's gonna happen, but I wish I could have won that semifinal game. But definitely team open division championship for sure, and then just all CIF. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Be able to cross off a few of those for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I was and you actually made a really good case for Player of the Year too. I'm not sure it'll shake out for you this year, but you've definitely made a good case. I mean, if anyone wanted to, like your coach or anybody from your school or anybody that a fan of yours that wanted to make the case for you, definitely had a great year this year, man. Let's get it. Actually, let's get a little specific about that. So your 50-point game against San Ysidro. Was that something that you were pretty sure you were going to have a pretty good night against them? Or tell me what led up to you having 50 points against one of the best teams in San Diego?
I mean, just the preparation all week. I knew I was going to have a big game, and I knew I had to prove myself against those top players. So I didn't know it'd be 50, but hey, 50.
Okay, so was it that you wanted to prove yourself against that talent, or did you you knew from the preparation that you knew you were going to have a big game?
Definitely both.
Okay.
I mean, definitely playing against those type of players gives you more motivation to kind of, play better or whatever. Yeah.
And so you felt like all warm-ups or going into the game, you felt good the whole time, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's nice. I've only experienced that a couple of times, man. I'm sure you're going to continue to experience it with the way you score the ball, but that feeling is just different, man. It's like, and I was actually surprised, man. I wasn't sure who was going to win the game, and I wasn't sure like who was going to be the top performer, the leading scorer, anything. And I had planned to be at that game, but at the last minute, I got booked to be at something else, and I got to go where I'm booked. But yeah, when I checked Instagram and saw like that you guys won, and that I wasn't too surprised that you guys won. In my opinion, the winner of the game could have gone either way. So I wasn't really surprised that you guys won. But when I saw you have 50, I'm like, man, how did he pull that off? And then I saw it, and I looked on YouTube and saw the game. I'm like, yeah, it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. Did you get to speak to Mikey or JJ before or after the game or anything?
I mean, not really. He kind of jumped on me. We had some words, just
really,
yeah, just keep going, stuff like that. And he's a cool dude. All respect.
Like positive words.
Yeah.
Okay. When you said he jumped on me, I'm thinking like playing defense. He said something.
Yeah, I mean, surprised it wasn't a flagrant, but at the end of the day, it's whatever.
I hear you. I thought the same thing. When I saw. I'm like, no way that doesn't. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I can tell you when to move past it. So the 50-point game, that was a big deal. And and you're at close, a little bit over 1,500 points at this point, right?
Yes, sir.
That's got to be crazy to be like only a sophomore and be like the school's all-time leading scorer. That's got to be a dope feeling.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of work went into it.
Have you you guys are playing in the smaller gym. I don't remember what the banners up on. Like, but are the records and stuff? Are they up in the gym for everyone to see? Like some schools do.
Not like the scoring records, but they got just like league
like the
champs,
banners and stuff. Yeah. For sure. Man, when you did you know before breaking the record? Did you know you were close to it?
I had no idea, actually. No idea. But then my coach was like, hey, he just broke the school record. And I was like, oh, shit.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's cool.
It's wild for me, and I'm trying to, like, make the connection and see, like, if it's the evolution of the game as a whole, or if it's just the evolution of, like, players are more talented, or what it is. But I don't remember people hitting 1,000 points so early in their career. Like, usually it's like the end of your junior year, like the end of your senior year. You know what I mean? It's happening more. I mean, like you're a great scorer, and you know, 50-point game, a bunch of 30-point games, averaging over 25 for a lot of the season. So it's gonna happen. I just didn't remember so many players as a sophomore like eclipsing 1,500 points. That's crazy. Who are some of your? Actually, yeah, we'll do both. Who are some of your favorite players here in San Diego to watch or to compete against?
Ooh, growing up, definitely Jalen Hands. Definitely went to watch him a bunch of times. Holiday Classic, a bunch of times. And then right now, to play against, definitely my guy Lolo and Jurian and all of them. It's always fun competing against them. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Like going against the top, huh?
Yeah.
I like it. Did you get a chance to get to know Jalen at all before he left town or anything?
I didn't at all.
So you just knew he was a talented guy in town and just went to see him play?
Yes.
That's dope. I like that. Just being a student of the game. I like that. I wish he could have stayed in the NBA longer. And who knows, he might end up back in the NBA. Yeah, you never know, but I wish he could have. I think he's talented enough. I honestly think it's just his size. It might be just his size because he could definitely score the ball.
He's overseas right now, right?
Yeah, he's overseas. Yeah, I forget where, but every time I definitely follow him on Instagram, and every time his highlights and his clips come up, I definitely check him out. Yeah, definitely scored. I think it may be just his size. Like I think they may be worried about like him defending.
Yeah, probably.
Definitely a solid pro. He'll be a pro for as long as he wants to be. Yeah, for sure. That's the goal for you, to be a pro.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you started thinking about? Oh, I didn't ask you about your favorite NBA players. Who are some of your favorite pros to watch?
Oh, right now, Luka Doncic, D-Book. Definitely those are my favorite two right now for sure.
Do you kind of pattern your game after them, or do you look at someone else and try to more so play like them?
I try to model a game after both of them, but I mean, yeah. Growing up, I love Steph Curry, so I don't know. That's a good question, actually. I love Luka though. That's my favorite player right now. D-Book's close second, but yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I can see the correlation.
Yeah.
Have you what are some things about your game that you feel you need to work on, and how are you going to go about working on those things?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I need to improve my mid-range. So definitely just getting in the gym every day and shooting will improve that. And then definitely my defense. And then I think that's just like, continuing to get in the weight room and getting bigger and stronger. And that's what I did last summer, and it improve my defense, but I still need improvement. So that's the goal this summer for sure.
Absolutely. The time in the weight room definitely shows.
Yeah.
Definitely shows for sure. And actually, I don't know if it's just because I interviewed you after one game last year, but I don't know if it's because I'm always on the court and not like right up on you guys. Like even today when you showed up and I opened the door, I'm like, dang, he's taller than I remember. For sure. So all the growth and the time in the weight room is definitely paying off.
For sure.
Definitely paying off. Have you thought about you've got plenty of time, so it's not nothing you need to wreck your brain about, but have you thought about given any serious thought at this point about what college you might want to go to?
I mean, USC is my dream school.
Why is that?
Because my uncle's family lives in LA, so I've always just grown around the campus and running around, going to the Coliseum. Mm-hmm. So that's always just been a dream school for me. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I definitely want to go somewhere in the Pac-12 for sure. Okay. That's definitely the goal. So, nice. Yeah.
Did your dad go to USC?
My dad actually didn't. He went to UCSB, but
okay.
Yeah, my uncle, my aunt, my grandpa, grandma, pretty much my whole dad's side of the family went to USC except him. So.
Nice. Yeah, I spoke to your dad briefly before, I forget which game, one of your home games. I spoke to him briefly. Yeah. He was talking about, him playing sports. I'm like, oh, so this is hereditary. Jake and Dak said, this is hereditary. Remind me, what sports did he play?
He played football, I'm pretty sure. Mm-hmm. He doesn't really talk much about it.
Yeah, I can tell. And even when I asked him about it, he was just like, he's kind of breezing over it. It seemed like he was like a real stud and didn't want to brag, you know what I mean? But even when I would try to ask a little bit, he was like, oh yeah, I played a little bit, and just kind of breezed by and just went back to talking about you and Dax, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, he always talks about my mom being the real athlete in the family.
Really?
She's a big soccer player. And she swears she could have been on the USA national team until she blew her both knees out, actually.
Yikes.
Yeah, but she swears she could have been on the USA.
What college did she play
at? She didn't play in college because she got hurt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That sucks. Yeah. Oh, so that might be a reason why she talks about it so much. She's like, my opportunity was missed. Yeah. Now, I get that. There's people like me who didn't really miss an opportunity, just wasn't necessarily good enough, and I still talk about all my old high school stories of playing football and basketball and all that, so I get it. Speaking of that, have you had any embarrassing moments on the court so far in your 2 years of high school? Like airballed a free throw in front of a packed gym or anything?
I don't think so. I remember, I forget which game it was, but I went up for a dunk and it was actually an embarrassing moment. After the CIF final, there was like 2 seconds left. I went up to dunk in, just got rim stuffed, and that was probably the most embarrassing.
Last year?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Last year.
I was at that game, and I do not remember that. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know if you remember. I played football. I played basketball as well, but football was my main sport. And I told a story about how I only had 3 highlights make it on PPR. And the first one was a fumble against our rival school, and it was all bad. And I came home, and I'm sure all the people like, bro, you've told this story before. I'm gonna tell you again because you haven't heard it. But I fumbled in the game, and this was fresh out of the timeout, not out of timeout. I'm sorry, after halftime. So we kicked off to start the game, and I think we're down 2 touchdowns. And our coach gives us this dope motivational speech, we're gonna get back in this game. Mike's gonna get that kick, get us in great field position. We're going to get us a score. We're gonna get it going. Let's go. Football, it's all rah-rah. So everybody's like, yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Man, I get the kick. I make one dude miss, getting upfield. Right when I try to hit another dude with a move, going to my left, dude comes from my right, puts his helmet on the ball, and I fumble. And that was one of those ones where, I'm getting tackled, and the ball pops out, so I'm, reaching for it as I'm being pulled backwards. And we lost the ball. And they got the ball, went down and scored, and we ended up losing the game. I mean, we're already down 2 scores, so I won't say that's why we lost the game. But man, that was so embarrassing. And I don't embarrass easily. I don't. It takes a lot to embarrass me. It takes a lot to, and that was, Anyway, it's ain't about me. It's ain't about me. What's if you could? Yeah, I haven't asked this question on the show for a while because I felt like it was starting to get me in trouble, but let's stir up some more trouble then, I guess. If you could put together your San Diego starting five of this past season, high school basketball players, who would it be? And you can be on the team.
Lolo at the 1.
Okay.
Me at the 2. Gotta go. Jurian at the 3. Christian at the 4. Christian Brown. Trying to 5. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna go Cyprian Hyde from Vista.
That's a tough 5.
Yeah, gotta get some height in there.
I think everyone that you named will be playing in the showcase, in the Flix vs. Full-Time showcase. Nope.
Oh yeah.
Cyprian Hyde, he's gonna be out of town. So we had to get somebody to replace him. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun day. You looking forward to that?
For sure.
Man, I can't wait. I've been talking to Full-Time about it. It's been like a year and a half in the works. I can't wait, man. We like 16 days away? 15 days away. It's gonna be a fun day, man. Yeah, I'm counting it down, man. I can't wait. But, I think I'm gonna have you compete in the skills challenge if you're down.
100%, I will.
Bet, yeah, it's gonna be haven't narrowed down that list yet, but I'm thinking you, Gavin Gerard from Mission Bay, Baron Noble from San Diego High. No, let me stop. Before I put this out, and those names aren't in there. Everyone's like, oh, you said I was gonna do it. Let me stop. What's that's not a good question to ask. Let me see. I was gonna say tell me about your favorite teammate, but that we won't do that. We won't do that. We'll leave that.
We can do that.
Oh, okay, let's do it then. Who's your favorite teammate?
100% TMTG, Tristan Guzman.
Yeah?
100%. That's my guy.
That's what's up.
Love him.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
You guys seem like you've been knowing each other for a while.
Yeah, it's actually funny. We played on a Bulldogs team together. Coach DJ was the coach, and it was like Lolo, Zach Jackson from Torrey, Chris Creo, James Way, all those guys. And me and Tristan actually didn't know each other at all. So it's funny how close we've gotten in that like year and a half or whatever.
That's dope.
Yeah, for sure.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's my guy.
That's dope. I say it all the time. You can always tell the teams that they're friends and they care about each other and they play for each other, not just for the coach or they play to win. You can always tell the teams that have a true friendship and a brotherhood off the floor. It shows. It always shows. And for whatever reason, I didn't, when I was a player, I didn't realize, when you got friends that you've known for a couple years and been playing with for a couple years, you know, like chemistry and all that. Yeah. But until becoming a coach and looking at the game from a different perspective, I didn't realize how big of a deal that was for sure. It's huge. It's super. It's so big. It's so big. So you guys are only losing 3 guys, right?
Yeah, three guys that play. Yeah, so we're missing Cole, our point guard, 33's leaving, and then Josh, our shooter's leaving, and then this kid named Gavin. He came off the bench like 7th man. He didn't really play, but yeah, we'll definitely miss him.
You guys will be bringing back pretty much the core of the team, looking to make a nice run at it.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a few schools doing that. You guys, El Camino's bringing back a whole squad.
Yeah.
Not everybody from Saints, but they'll be bringing back Lolo and Ian. So there's Scripps. There's a few schools that are going to be Montgomery, and they started 4 sophomores. There's going to be a bunch of teams next year all really fighting it out in the open division. It's going to be really exciting to see.
Yeah.
Who are some of your favorite matchups this year?
Ooh,
let's do teams and then like personal like players that guarded you, some of your favorite matchups. Let's do both.
Okay, yeah.
You can keep talking. I'm listening.
Okay. Number 1 being Orange Lutheran. We played them up in Mission Viejo. So that's definitely number 1. Number 2 being Saints. And then 3. Gotta go with Montgomery probably. That was a good game.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That was that Montgomery game. I wanted to be at that one too. Looking at the schedule, I knew I wasn't going to make it to that one, but I knew that was going to be a really good game.
Yeah.
I knew that was going to be a really good game. Do you have many friends around the county, or most of your friends in the Carlsbad area? As far as basketball players,
I mean, most definitely most from Carlsbad, but I got a few friends all over.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. Okay, let me ask you this. When you go, maybe it's something you don't really pay attention to, but when you're like playing travel ball and you're in like different cities and in different areas outside of San Diego, do you feel like basketball in San Diego gets the respect it deserves?
No, not at all. Especially compared to, LA or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You look at San Diego and like we got a lot of talent, but it's not getting the like recognition it deserves.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a reason why everyone has to go to like, for instance, Lolo, going to Team Why Not, or like, just like all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely a reason for that.
Why do you think that is? I'm not saying you need to solve it right now or anything, but why do you think that is?
I feel like I don't know. I feel like more talent, not more talent, but more eyes are down there. Like it's just like LA,
Mm-hmm.
Everyone. Yeah, I think there's just more eyes down there than there is down here in San Diego.
I agree. I think that's a big thing with it. It's LA. It's way more people. And so just by it being more people, there's going to be more talent. Like wherever there's more people, there's just going to be more of everything. And there is a lot of dope talent out there. I'm not just saying like there's just good players just because there's a lot of people. There's a lot of really, really good basketball players in San Diego. We have a lot of really, really good basketball players here. You know what I mean? And so I think it's starting to change, but I agree. I don't think it's even close to where it should be, because we could really go out here. We got a lot of, but actually though, as a whole, San Diego isn't respected as like a basketball place, because for a long time people knew us as a football city. Up until like about a little over a decade ago, a couple kids got hurt like really, really bad, and I feel like that was what made more people start to play basketball. But it's starting to change though. People are starting to see that and understand that a lot of talented basketball players come from San Diego. But when you talk to just like hoopers, not like maybe like a parent or like someone that's like a casual, but when you talk to like hoopers that play and that know, they'll tell you like, oh no, there's some guys in San Diego that could really go, you know what I mean? So it's like a thing where it's almost like it's almost like a if you know thing. Just because like I said, LA, people are gonna know that there's a lot of talent in LA. So when you say like, hey, yeah, they play ball in LA, people are like, oh yeah, I know that. But San Diego basketball is more of like a if you know type of thing. I feel like you know what I mean? Like I feel like anybody that's played against you, they mention your name, like, oh no, that Jake from San Diego, now he could play, bro, and he from Dago. Like, nah, you know what I mean? I think it's like if you know type of thing.
Sure.
What's outside of basketball and sports? What's some of the stuff that you're into? What do you spend your time doing?
I like playing video games with my brother, running him for his money, and honestly, not much. I don't really do much out of basketball. Yeah, it's just like basketball, hang out with my family. Yeah, not much.
Pretty simple guy then, huh?
Pretty simple guy, yeah.
That's what's up.
I used to like the beach, but then got stung by a stingray, so I'm done with that.
Yikes.
Done with that. Never going
I feel that. Have you, I'm sure like maybe parents or, counselors at school have talked to you about like, oh, you gotta find some other interests outside of basketball and figure out what you want to do. You haven't really gone down that path yet. It's just all basketball right now.
All basketball.
I respect it.
Yep.
I respect it. Definitely gonna come a point where you gotta start thinking about it.
Yeah,
but no, I respect
100%.
it. Like it's like, you're a sophomore. And it's like, no, I'm a lock in. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it 100%. So you and your brother, you guys bet money on video games? Y'all crazy. Me and my brothers did push-ups. Y'all out here betting money.
My dad hates it. He always says bet for push-ups.
Uh-huh.
It's fun. We're pretty even too, so it goes back and forth.
Oh, okay. Is it just the two of you?
Yeah.
What type of big brother are you?
Definitely, push him hard when we're playing one-on-one. I'm not going to go easy on him, for sure. I'll beat him 21-0 5 times in a row.
Respect.
Like, it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, like, I know that's what's going to make him better and, get him to where he wants to be.
Mm-hmm. And what type of a little brother is he? Is he pretty receptive to that?
Yeah, he hates it sometimes, but, I try to... Yeah, he hates it. He be throwing the ball at me. He gets so mad. But
little brothers.
Yeah, it's funny, but Yeah, I think that's what's gonna be best for him. You know.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I never. My little brother actually, he's bigger than me. He's been bigger than me since he was like a junior in high school, I want to say. But it was the same way. Like, I'm older than him, and then we have one more brother older than us. I'm in the middle. I have an older and a younger brother. And yeah, my older brother never took it easy on me, and me and my older brother never took it easy on my little brother. And because of that, he ended up being the best one, actually. Like I think, he's definitely like way more athletic than me and my older brother. I mean, he's a bigger dude anyway. Like, me and my older brother, we were always like pretty slim guys. And my older brother, my younger brother, I made sure he stayed on the weight, so he's like got this natural build. So he's super big, and he was, like I say, he could run faster and jump higher than us. And when he got to that point where he was over us, he definitely would let us know about it. So yeah, watch out for Dax, man. Watch out for Dax. He coming for you, man. Yeah, Keep going at him, Dax. Keep going at him, Dax. Just the two of you, huh? You never, what was the, was it his choice to go to a different school?
Yeah, it was his choice. We, both of us kind of grew up going to SFC, so we've always kind of like been there, so.
Oh, okay.
And then I ended up making the move to Carlsbad, and it wasn't good for him. He just wanted to stay with his friends and kind of do his own thing, I guess.
So you're the one that did something different. He went where he was always going to go, and you did. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Why was it? I mean, you wanted to go to La Jolla Country Day. Why did you not want to go to Santa Fe?
I just needed a change, I think, and yeah, I just needed a change from it, honestly.
So it wasn't really like basketball stuff?
Yeah, it wasn't basketball stuff, I feel
Interesting.
like. Yeah. But then obviously, like, say Mason and DJ weren't at Country Day, and I didn't try to get in there and get rejected or whatever, I feel like I would have stayed at SFC.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Ended up where I needed to be, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grateful for that, for sure.
So I just say I couldn't imagine like not being at the same high school as my brother. And granted, because like we were in the same grade from 7th grade all the way up through high school, and so like we had a lot of like different friends. Well, not even a lot, a few different friends, but for the most part, we were always, together and doing stuff together. But though, I wonder, like, I'm wondering how much different I could talk about this another time, but I'm wondering how much different our relationship would have been had we gone to different schools. Because we ended up getting like not real close, but closer than we would have been had we not gone to the same school, you know what I mean? So, interesting. And then like I said, like it's a sports thing too, so it's not just like, I'm getting away from my brother, I want something new. It's, you know what I mean? So I get it.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
No hobbies though, huh? Just basketball and video games. I respect it. I respect it. I think that was all I had for you, bro. Man. I appreciate you coming in, man. Like I said, I wanted to have you on during the season, but I know how crazy that can be, trying to stay focused, having practice and all of that. I'm definitely glad it happened right now, though, man, for sure. And you're welcome anytime to come back.
Appreciate it.
Ever want to break any news or talk about anything, you're more than welcome, bro.
Yes, sir.
Hit me up if ever you need me, man, for sure.
Thank you.
Absolutely. It's been another episode of On the Mic with Michael Flix, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Until next time, take care.